football long enough to have been on the end of stuff like this, but it still hurts when it happens.
Yeah, it does. And you have to just take it and try and learn from it. I'm not surprised how well Mansfield were in the first, how well they played, because I think they're a good side. What surprised me was how badly we played. And this is the same group of people who, let's be real about it. For 30 games, we've earned the right to be third in the table because we've gone about things properly. For the first 45 minutes tonight, we certainly can't say that. I can't think of anything that we did right. There was unforced errors when we were in possession, and the amount of times we've put the ball out of play was just incredible. But I think the big disappointment was we didn't work hard enough to stop crosses. We didn't compete enough for first balls, for second balls, and I can't flower it up in any way. We were not at the races for the first 45 minutes, and I don't care who you're playing against, you certainly can't give the goals away like we did. And we've got to take it on the chin, and we've got to learn from it. We've got to address it, and we start again to get ready for the weekend now.
You've pretty much said it there. It felt self-inflicted. It didn't feel like Mansfield had to do too much to get the goals that they got.
No, I don't want to be disrespectful to Mansfield because they put some really good crosses into the box, and we didn't deal with them. We didn't stick to our jobs for the set play for the second goal. The players had men to mark, and we didn't stick to our jobs. They switched over, and I don't know the reason for it. Tonight's not the time for an inquest when everything's raw, but we will go through it. The penalty is a penalty. Morgan's got frustrated. I'm not sure he'd have made that challenge. If it's 0-0, he'd have probably just let the lad head it up in the air, and we just lost our way. We did so many things wrong, again, from a group of players who've been absolutely fantastic for this football club and for us all in the first 30 games of the season. And as I say, we have to take it on the chin, although it's a huge disappointment.
I've said this before as well. This side of the camera, it's easy, isn't it? We sit there and say why to the manager, why to the players, but I'm sure you're saying the same thing yourselves.
Of course you do. You're asking questions. What's caused it? Where's this come from? Because I don't know, and I haven't thought long about it yet. I don't think we've seen that this season from them. It's probably the reason why they were in the position they were last season when I got a phone call to come in. But we certainly went under in that first half, which has not been seen all season. And now we have to just get ourselves dusted down. We have to take it on the chin. We have to take whatever criticism that comes our way. What I would say is, I thought first half there was some sly comments coming our way. I thought second half the supporters were absolutely fantastic to stay with the team. So I can only thank the supporters for that. Didn't like some of the things I was hearing being shouted from the paddock in the first half. I get it, we have to just accept that because it was 4-0. But second half I thought the fans were outstanding, the way they stuck with us, and as I say, I can only thank them for that because it was a difficult night for them as well.
What do you say to the boys at half time when something like that has happened? It's not so much game gone, because you never know in football, but it's a heck of a mountain to go on.
Well, I basically, we made the changes, and I could have changed anybody. I had to do something. Just had to change personnel, just to try and do something different, and it was about going out and playing for pride then. It was about, I don't believe in this whole thing about go and win the second half, because that's a load of rubbish, but we had to make sure we just go and played with more pride in the second half, worked harder to stop crosses, try and eliminate individual errors, and basically show what we've been showing for the season, because it wasn't what we showed in the first half there. So as I say, we've got to take it on the chin. That 18 that we had available is probably what we've got available for the weekend. Probably add Jack Ellis to that, because Jamie Devitt pulled his calf doing the top-up work on Saturday after the game down at Wimbledon, and he's probably out for 4 weeks. So we've got 18 of tonight. Hopefully Jack Ellis will be available for the weekend. So this is the group that's done well over the season, and we've got to regroup and go again.
Just on Dev, just to confirm, how long will he be out for, and what sort of an injury is that he's picked up?
He picked up a calf strain. he warmed up for a long period in the second half on Saturday. He didn't get used, and then he went out on the pitch with the other unused subs, and did the top-up work, which they always do. I think it was on the second or third run that he felt something in his calf. We thought it was a minimal one, but he's been and had a scan on it today, and we've got the results back, and we're looking at 4 weeks with it, which is a bit of a surprise. Because it didn't seem that bad. Going off his symptoms, it didn't seem that bad, but it's 4 weeks, and we've got to just get on with it. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's be honest, that's not the reason we've lost tonight. We've lost tonight because the 80, or particularly the 11 who started the game, and as a full group, we didn't do it properly in the first half, and we all have to accept that.
And when we have for 30 games, it's the shock of it, isn't it? We've all got to get over the shock of it, I suppose, the players as well, so that they don't take any confidence knocks or anything like that.
Well, it does knock you. There's no doubt in that. When you get spanked 4-0 at home and 4-0 at half time, it definitely does knock you. We have to react. It's all you can do in football. The fortunate thing is in League Two, especially, the game comes around quickly, and we don't have a lot of time to get screwed up about it. We have to just deal with it, and we've got to go again on Saturday. Another tough game. Every game's going to be tough now. We've got 15 games to go, and we've earned the right to be in. I have no idea what else has gone on in the country in regards to League Two, so I don't know whether we've lost third place or what's happened. We have to just address what we've done tonight. I thought second half we showed much more desire, but that's just a small consolation, because I do think when the pressure's off at 4-0, it's much easier to play. So that's not, I'm not praising the second half and being critical of the first half. It's more, at least we kept going, we kept our discipline. I felt it was really important we didn't lose our heads tonight, because it would have been a massive blow to us if we'd have got somebody getting too carried away and getting a red card, and then you're missing them for a game or three. We needed to keep our discipline tonight, but we've just got to improve now. We've got to learn from it, and we've got to make sure we're better at the weekend. A
massive theme of our season has been the number of chances we've created, the number of goals we've scored from that. We just need to get back to that, rediscover that.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I thought we created some half chances. We had set plays going in where we didn't get across the goalkeeper, and the keeper was claiming things. We had little things bobbing around in the area where we didn't get on the end of it. I can't say we really cut Mansfield open as much as they did with us in the first half. We just didn't deal with their threats, and we knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew what they were about. They are one of the top crossing teams in the league, so we've talked about stopping crosses. Sadly, on the night in the first 45, we just didn't do enough to do it.
This is when we need a reaction, isn't it? Let's not let this go.
Well, this is where we just need to regroup, and we've got to stick together, and that's what I've said to the players in there. It's really important that sometimes when you get a bad result, you get little pockets working off each other and little cliques forming, and people are disappointed because they've been subbed and not starting or whatever it might be. We can't afford that. We've got into this position because as a group everybody's stuck together, and that's staff as well. The staff won't be sniping. I can only say that they won't be sniping in front of me. It's a case of all sticking together, making sure we do. Like the supporters stuck with us in the second half, we've just got to do that, and we've got to get ready to go again on Saturday.
It's one of those don't get screwed up moments, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah, and you get these in football and to be honest, we get them in life as well. And you've just got to be prepared to go again and work as hard as we have been doing. Make sure we compete better. There was too many times tonight where I felt as though we lost 1v1 duels, where we were maybe favourites to go and win the ball. That's first and second half. And we've earned the right to be third before tonight, because we've competed properly, because we've gone and headed things when they've come in the box, because we've been hard to beat. When we've lost it, we've had that 5-6 seconds of madness to go and win it back early. We went away from that tonight, particularly for the first 45 minutes.
Last one for me on Toby. I'm right in thinking he's under the knife this week?
Yeah, we're expecting him to go for his surgery on Friday, and then that's the start of his recovery. Time-wise, I'm not expecting him to be available before our last league game of the season. So he's somebody who can't help us in these last 15 games. There's still enough in this group to help us, and we've just got to make sure we dust ourselves down and get ready to go again.
Paul, thank you.